This is top tier.
This is top tier, and
This shit's top
JB,
tier.
Kevin Owens is like he's like on a Drew McIntyre run right now in
There it
my
is.
mind.
Say
Like
it.
this is what I've been saying that I wanted from him when we said, okay, we need a Kevin Owens heel turn. He needs to turn heel. This is what I've wanted for him. And he's just so naturally good and like does these little things that are so funny. Because when I saw him wearing that like tuxedo t-shirt, it's like, what? Why?
He comes out and says, I dressed to the nines, and
Yes.
you look at you're wearing a sweatsuit. Like, the
Yes.
man is just,
It's incredible.
I giggled. Giggled. Sarah.
I love this because I think this is the latest example, and I mentioned Drew McIntyre for a reason, because I think when we look at the Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk feud, the basis of it was rooted in common sense. That is a term that I beat to death when we talked about that feud, because for the most part, what Drew was saying was not incorrect at all. And I think that as a huge Cody Rhodes fan, even I have to admit Kevin is not the bad guy in this situation. And it's something that we kind of talked about when we were talking about who the fifth member should be and why we were so against it being Rollins, which thankfully it's not, which we'll talk about. But for me, the biggest reason I didn't want it to be Rollins was because I don't want everybody that has an issue with Roman, or that Roman and the bloodline did wrong or beat down or did this or did that. They can't all just decide they forgive him. In the group, they can't do it, because I think that actually does more damage to what the tribal chief and the bloodline did over the course of almost 4 years, and then the aftermath, than the opposite, So it's like they need to have some people who aren't going to cower the way that Cody did and like push his feelings aside and be like, okay, we have a common enemy. I'll put the beef I have with you aside and I'll tag team with you. Kevin isn't wrong. He supported you guys, and you kind of turned your back on him because you collectively came together, besides the fact that they're friends. You came together again over a common enemy, which was the bloodline, including Roman Reigns. Roman comes back after being gone for 4 months or whatever it was.
It was like 4 months.
And everybody all of a sudden is like, oh, he's a good guy. It's fine. I forgive him. It's the same situation that we saw between Kevin Owens and Jey Uso when Kevin was on Raw. So that's a double whammy in Kevin's eyes for Cody Rhodes, because it was already bad enough that Cody brought Jey to Raw, and then he was like trying to get everybody to be cool with him. Then he does it again by being cool with Roman. So where's Kevin wrong?
Kevin is not wrong. Okay.
He's not.
My king is not wrong. Anything he said last night was not in the wrong. That's what's going to make this just unbelievable, And for him to say that the ending line of that promo being, because it's all going back and forth with, you hit Randy with the pile driver, the banned move. Also love how they're banning that move. It just really adds to it. And then saying, what are you going to do to me with that? And how do you have any, remorse, whatever. And Kevin saying, well, I loved Randy Orton and I hate you, just that adds another element to this, that he hates Cody Rhodes at this point for what he did, and it doesn't even feel like the title needs to be involved.
Yeah.
Which makes for the best feuds, is that, the title's involved, you can be champion, but like there's more to it than just the belt.
And it's nice that the bloodline is not his feud.
It's not. No,
people have been saying for almost as long as Cody has been champion that they did not want him to keep having feuds and storylines revolving around somebody within the bloodline. No. And after the whole Roman stuff subsided, obviously he was against AJ Styles and whatever. So it's like he had some people, but then it shifted to Solo. So I like that he's stepping away from that. But what he's done with the bloodline is the basis for why he has an issue with Kevin Owens, or why Kevin Owens has an issue with him. So it's not veering too far, and it's definitely relevant, but it's nice that it isn't like, oh, they just shifted it to like, oh, he's going against like Jacob Fatu now. Like, as great as that would be and people would want to see it, it's still a member of the bloodline. It's like, all right, we're over it. Like, you know,
exactly.
so
I want to see new things. I want to see. He has the title. Something.
What I think is interesting about this too is next week. So first of all, they double tape SmackDown. Fortunately, I haven't seen a single thing. I haven't seen a single spoiler.
Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Fucking keep it that way.
I know. But what's interesting is next week is the go home show to SmackDown. They still have not
go home show. No, say that again.
I'm sorry. Good go home show to Survivor Series.
Sorry. There you go. Good.
They still haven't made Cody versus Kevin a match.
Yeah, that's gonna be done.
Hold on, but they have Cody, because Cody got into some beef with Carmelo Hayes backstage, which I am here for.
I love that.
So they're doing this match next week on SmackDown, and the only thing I can think of that will inevitably lead to Kevin versus Cody is that Kevin gets involved in this match. That's the only way that I think. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Kevin Owens coming at him or whatnot, either after Cody wins or whatnot. But they're going to brawl them, and then Nick Aldis is going to say something along the lines of Survivor Series or even Saturday night's main event. But I think that would be their second match, not.
Yeah,
of this.
I think
or third because they fought at Bash in Berlin. But
yeah, I think that because it's going to be the night before the PLE, they can't say, oh well, wait, Nick, till next month or whatever.
That would be so ridiculous. That would just be I would be like, what the hell? Why is Cody not on? I don't care. Like at this point, because of who the fifth member is, fucking don't care that Cody's not in the match.
How many matches have they even announced? Only
the 2 War Games.
Yeah.
I'm like 90% sure that's it.
Okay.
Oh, no, the World Heavyweight Championship is 3.
Oh, yeah.
Damien Gunther.
Oh, yeah. But I think that's it.
Yeah, both women's champions are in.
So this feels like the last one. This probably feels like it'll be 4 matches.
Yeah, both women's champions are in the War Games match.
Yeah. So this feels like this will be the 4th. And it'll be for the championship. Probably.
It has to be,
yeah. Which I think that's a good show, considering we're used to getting 5 matches, but there are going to be 2 War Games matches, which inevitably are going to be 30, 45 minutes, an hour each.
You have to consider the War Games similarly to the Royal Rumble,
yes,
where it takes a lot of time, not only just for the match itself, but the other theatrics that go along with it.
Yeah. So I am, even if it's going to be short-lived and it's going to be broken up, at least that's what we think. I am looking forward to Cody versus Carmelo. I think that is going to be a banger for however many minutes it goes on, because Kevin is going to get involved, you assume. And, but regardless, it's something that they could eventually pick back up, which I'm excited about, because
they're absolutely going to pick that back up. Carmelo's a star. I mean, it's little things like that, those little segments where you can tell if they got it or not. And Melo has it, the way he reacted to it. It felt genuine. It felt like it was actually him being pissed off that Cody pushed him and is calling him out. It doesn't feel like he was just doing it because that's his role or job for the show.
Yeah. And I think Melo is one of the unique people that is born and bred for the most part in WWE, because he's so young and so I mean, I guess you could say young in his career in WWE, but he already is a guy that can play both roles so well. So well. That is not something that comes easy for people. I don't know that people understand how unique that is, because if you look at certain people, certain wrestlers or whatever, there's a reason why so many of them will play one role or the other for 90% or almost their entire career, because they're not good on the other side. But Melo has played a fantastic babyface, obviously, and still could, because the crowd loves him. But he's so good at being that annoying, little twerpy heel.
Twerp.
Yeah, because he's a
Twerpy.
little small, you know.
Twerpy's
So that's why I
such a
think
good
he did
word.
twerp.
Twerp.